I got a question actually about for you about TVD and his legs. Today we didn't see quite as much production out of his legs today. You know, he didn't get as the opportunities, or he just didn't take off to do them. How much do you think that impacted our offense today?
I don't know. Our offense was kind of up and down, man. It's like, I don't know. He looked so good sometimes, and then missed a few throws, and I don't know. Overall, I feel like we have to be pretty happy with the performance, though.
What were TVD's final stats in the game there?
It was 22 of 34, I believe. Yeah, 389, 3 touchdowns, and then the 1 interception didn't go on the stat sheet, but it was there. So through that pick, it was gave Georgia Tech 2 points at the end. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. What do you think and there's one specific player that I want to touch base on here, and is a young guy, and it might just have to do with the fact he's young, but what's holding Brashard Smith back, do you think? They brought him in. I only saw him in there once to get the ball in his hands. It was like -1 yards or something like that. What do you think the hesitancy to get him involved in the playbook is?
Man, I mean, that's kind of the golden question, not just for Brashard Smith, but for the whole team at this point. Why haven't we seen more Leonard Taylor? Why haven't we seen more James Williams? Why haven't we seen more Cam Kinchins, Brashard Smith, Jacoby George, Romello Brinson, Thad Franklin? We were just talking about. Elijah Arroyo is another good one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't know, man. That's kind of what we're all sitting around. It's like, hey, these guys are popping when they get opportunity, but we're just not seeing the opportunity. So, I mean, maybe I'd have a better answer if I was able to watch practice. But it's frustrating, man. It really is frustrating. And thankfully, I feel like we've kind of trimmed our wide receiver core down to guys who are really making an impact. I do think that Charleston Rambo is taking a larger share of the load than is ideal, right? I don't think you want to have to have a guy like Rambo go for 150 yards every week.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that dependent on any one player, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But Keyshawn Smith had an incredible touchdown catch today. Caught the ball over the middle, fought for an extra 4 yards, got into the end zone. But yeah, man, I would really love to see Brashard Smith, Romello Brinson just be peppered in a little bit. I can't explain it, and it's really frustrating too. It really is.
It's been the big mystery to me on offense, even though we've gotten the ball to start to move more consistently. Just the lack of Brashard Smith being involved still kind of perplexes me. I mean, he's just that kind of speed, and with the progress that we're making on offense, you just think that there would be some chances for him to really, show that speed.
Well, especially when you're giving Jalen Knighton 32 carries.
Yes,
Brashard Smith is the type of guy, like I've compared him to Percy Harvin, where it's like, maybe he's not the kind of guy that you want to hand the ball off to him and send him into the teeth of the line, right?
Yeah.
But run him off tackle, do some end arounds, throw him some screen passes, right? Just get him involved, especially when you're desperate to spell Jalen Knighton a little bit. I just don't see any reason that we're not getting Brashard Smith more involved on short, runs and short passes, right?
Yeah. Now, a good point here that Keyshawn Smith has made a few nice plays the last couple of weeks. I agree with that. We're starting to see him get more involved in the offense. That was something that I think all of us were kind of wondering what was going on, because we saw what he could do already, and then just things weren't just operating properly until TVD really found his legs and found his arm, and the playbook opened up. I mean, that's been the big difference, because you got to remember, Keyshawn Smith, he's basically the classic spread, wide receiver target. He was a Mike Leach project. Mike Leach had him committed to Washington State.
Yep.
Before Mike Leach ended up taking off, he thoroughly had plans to use Keyshawn right away. He had talked about it, that he was a guy that he wanted to use as a freshman. When he went to Mississippi, of course, all that stuff changed. But yeah, it's to me, I think we really hit a home run on that one, dude. We got fortunate there that a guy like Keyshawn was available in that process, and that he should have not been a 3-star. He should have been a 4-star, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're going to see next season. It would be pretty shocking if Charleston Rambo returned for another year. So next season, it really wouldn't surprise me. I think you'll see Keyshawn Smith and Xavier Restrepo, really getting the brunt of the passing attack. Hopefully, we can find a few more guys in there. But I think Keyshawn will prove to be a reliable, kind of outside number one guy.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's going to put up all ACC numbers next year is a different conversation. But I don't think we're going to be upset with him being a focal point of the offense next year. He really has shown he's shown some incredible flashes, right? I mean, he had the drop today. He's been a little inconsistent, but I think overall he's an incredible prospect, right? I think his ceiling is very high as a starting receiver here at Miami.
How do you feel as far as, a guy like Rambo probably taking off after this year? Do you feel comfortable with the progressions you're seeing from a guy like Keyshawn and other guys to maybe go, well, we can still make this offense move?
It's going to hurt, but yeah, we should be able to make it move. I mean, it's really going to hurt, because Hartley has been really disappointing this year.
Yeah.
But he's a security blanket. I mean, he caught that first touchdown today, right?
Yeah.
So I think, him being the veteran leader and then also losing. So we're going to lose kind of the leader of this room, and then we're going to lose the guy who we're kind of hanging our hat on to carry our passing offense, right? I mean, more than half of Tyler Van Dyke's yards went to Charleston Rambo this game, and it wouldn't surprise me if you went over the last 3 games if that held true as well. So it is going to hurt, but I think Manny's done a good job of stacking talent. We talked about those 3 true freshman wide receivers that are really good. We got Xavier Restrepo. Elijah Arroyo, I think, will be pretty good next year. And then because of Jalen Knighton's rushing load this year, we haven't seen him pass catching out of the backfield as much, but he's incredibly dangerous as a pass catcher as well. So I think when you get Don Chaney back, he's going to, almost look like Alvin Kamara, right? I mean, obviously not that level, but I think you're going to see some, you can use Jalen Knighton the way that the Saints use Alvin Kamara, right? You can throw him the ball 7 times a game.